interested to see, sir, ano ba yung itsura ng AIS na yan? Ano? So, yan, actually, accounting information systems, iba-iba ng interface. Yung SAP, QuickBooks, Xero, diba? Iba-iba siya ng interface. But for today, I would demonstrate SysConnect, which is the accounting information system that I use in my uh, client engagements. Now, let's see first yung ating uh, sample transaction. So first, so sabi dito, we need to add a customer and supplier. So take note of this, no? So we need to add a customer. So ang name niya ay ito, si Covey Company. Tapos ito yung kanyang billing address and then delivery address. And then we have supplier, si Kavinsky Manufacturing Company. So we're going to add that into our accounting information system. So let me stop sharing para sa slide. Okay? And then proceed tayo dun sa sharing ng system. Okay, can you see my login page? Ayan. So, di ba ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. AIS is safeguarded. Yung first layer of security niya would be a login page to safeguard the data contained within. So, let's log in. So, this is the business. Okay, and then somewhere within the system, you're able to add customer and supplier information. So in this case, nakikita ba or do I need to zoom in a little bit? Yan. So zoom in tayo ng konti. So let's add a customer. Yan. So new customer. So when we create a new customer, maa-add na yung data niya into the accounting system. So i-copy ko na lang ha. So the name, si Covey Company. The billing address would be 504 Covey Tower, Moraita, Manila. And the delivery address would be the same, 504 Covey Tower, Moraita, Manila. Okay, so yan, pwede tayo maglagay ng credit limit for that customer, starting balance, email, or any other information. But let's create that customer. Okay, so yan, na-create na natin yung customer na yan. Okay, and then another one, ano pa daw? We need to also create a supplier. So let's create a new supplier. So what's the name of the supplier? That would be Kavinsky Manufacturing Company. So let's add that. Okay, and then the address would be 224 Kavinsky Tower, Makati City. Okay, so we're able to add the supplier information. Okay, clear so far? So once you have added those, they are already included in your customer and supplier database. Okay, so since they are already prepared in the database, you can already prepare your sales orders and your transactions to those customers and suppliers. Okay, now let's go back to the slides. Okay, so basahin natin. For the month of January, we have the following transactions. So take note of this ha. So first, noong January 1, Happy New Year, we have purchased a total of 30,000 pieces of merchandise costing 15 pesos each from Kavinsky Manufacturing Company. So that is actually a purchase transaction. But another one, January 1, we have sold 10,000 pieces of merchandise for 25 pesos each on account to Covey Company. So that's a sales transaction. Okay, January 9, received payment in full from Covey Company for the sale made on January 1. So that is a collection from the January 1 sale. Okay, sorry, from the January 1 sale. Ito nga yan. Okay, and then January 11, paid Kavinsky Manufacturing Company in full for the purchase made on January 1. So this is basically a payment. Okay? So now, sige, balik tayo sa system. Let's try to see how does it behave in the accounting system. Okay? So ano yung una nating transaction? Diba yung ating purchase. So for purchase transaction, we're going to prepare a purchase invoice. So can you follow me? So we're going to click new purchase invoice. So the date that was January 1, correct? So due date wala nakalagay, no? So hindi na natin lalagyan yan. Okay, so the supplier, we only have one supplier, si Kavinsky Manufacturing Company. And then you can actually input other information here such as the reference, order number, pero hindi mo na natin lalagyan for now. Okay? Hindi na rin natin muna lalagyan ng description para mabilis. Okay, but basically we have purchases. Okay, ito yung account. Okay, and then ano daw yung quantity? Sorry, purchase 30,000 units for a unit price of 25 pesos each. 15 pesos each. Okay? So once you click create, ayan, we have already prepared the invoice to that supplier. So ano yung maganda dyan? When you click your summary, your dashboard, automatically niya ginawa yung journal entry. O, familiar ba kayo sa journal entry? Ayan, no? So naglagay siya ng purchases sa expenses. Okay, and then naglagay siya ng accounts payable, 450,000. Okay, and when you are using an accounting information system, actually, when you click this amount, you can dive into it. What's 450,000? Saan yan nanggaling? We can see that it's coming from Kavinsky Manufacturing Company. And when you click your purchase invoices, you can see that, okay, this invoice is already overdue kasi January 1 natin siya kinreate. Okay? So yan, if it's due in a future date, so nakalagay dyan, let's say for example, due in 10 days, pero color yellow. Okay, if it's already paid, nakalagay paid, color green. Ayan. So, 'di ba? Very friendly na interface to remember. Okay, so we already created our first transaction. Let's try our second transaction, yung sales. So, we create a sales invoice. So, that's also dated January, right? January 1, ano? So, that's January 1. So, due date, wala ding nakalagay na information. So, wala nakalagay na ganyan. So, the customer was Covey Company. Okay, and then the account would be sales. Okay, so ilang units daw yon? 10,000 for a unit price of 25. Okay, and once you click create, okay, we're going to see what's the effect of that. No, so makikita natin nagkaroon ng sales do sa income side amounting to 250 and there was an accounts receivable 250. When you click that AR of 250, you're going to see sino ba tong saan ba nanggaling yung receivable natin na 250. So kay Covey Company. Okay? If there are other outstanding invoices, makikita mo din lahat diyan yung iba mong pang customer. Okay? Amazing, right? So tingnan natin yung sales invoice. Ayan, no. Yan sa sales invoice meron din tayo 34 days overdue kasi January din siya. Okay? So we are done with creating the invoices. Let's proceed with the payments. No, so January 9 we received payment from Covey. So we're going to record it using the receipts. Okay, kasi naka-receive tayo ng payment. Okay, but I think we need to create a cash account for that kasi wala pa tayong cash account. So create muna tayo ng isang cash account. So let's say cash on hand para mabilis lang, no? So let's create a cash account. So receipt. So actually for an accounting information system, pwedeng dito ka manggaling or pwedeng manggaling ka sa invoice side. Look, pag sa invoice side ka nanggaling, you click the invoice and then you click new receipt. So tingnan nyo to ha, when you click new receipt, it would already provide you with all the necessary information based on the transaction. O, di ba? Amazing. So alam na niya na ang customer ay si Covey, alam na niya yung invoice. Okay, so ilalagay mo na lang ko sa account. When you click that, cash on hand, so we already collected this, you click create. Okay, and when you go back to your summary, you can already see the cash. Di ba? Nandiyan na yung cash na 250 and nawala na yung receivable na 250. Okay, and then going back to the invoices tab, when you look at this, anong sabi dun sa invoice ni Covey Company? Paid in full. Diba? You can already see the status of that invoice updated in real time. Okay? So ano yung last transaction natin dito? That would be payment to Kavinsky. So again, you can create that through the payments tab or through the purchase invoice tab. So punta ka sa invoice, you click that specific invoice and then click new payment. Okay? So new payment would be paid from cash on hand. Okay, and then nakalagay na rin yung necessary information. Now, the problem here is yung wala kasi tayong pinrovide na beginning balance kaya nag-negative yung cash. Diba? Kasi yung na-collect kay Covey, magkano lang yon? That's only 250. Pero yung binayaran, 450. So, dapat may beginning balance siya ng cash para hindi mag-negative. Ano? So, yan. But basically, that's how the transactions are reflected in the system. Now, let's check the invoice again. Going back. Okay, purchase invoice already paid in full. Okay. So, yan. This is just an overview ha kasi basic functions lang yung pinapakita ko. But marami pa tayong pwedeng magawa sa accounting system actually. Okay? So next, let's proceed. So clear? So hopefully na-appreciate niyo yung yung kasi in real life, no, in real life ganyan talaga ginagawa yung accounting. So it's very rare that you would see a company that's still doing the manual books of accounts, no? Madalang ka na makakakita ng ganon. So dapat if you're still a student, you're already familiar with accounting systems. If you're already working, then you should be still studying the accounting systems. Okay, so next. Ayan, this one is more complex ng konti, no? Kasi this relates to employee data. So yan, mag-a-add tayo ng 4 na employees and then magke-create tayo ng payslip. Ayan. So yung payslip, ito yung pino-provide sa bawat employee so that they know how much is their net pay. Okay? Sige. So balik tayo sa accounting system natin. So I'm really I'm really excited na mapakita ko talaga to sa inyo yung function ng system, no. Kasi nung student pa lang ako, never naman ako nakakita ng system eh, 'di ba? Nakita ko siya nung nung nagwo-work na ako. Okay, so can you see the the interface? So we're going to the employees tab. Okay, and then we're going to create the 4 employees. So ika-copy paste ko na lang ulit ha. So first we have si Rachel Geller, okay, from Makati. So we create that. And then create another. Yan, so pwede naman ganon. So we create Monica Green. Para mga foreign yung para mga foreign yung name na nalagay ko. From Makati. Okay, and then we're going to create Chandler Buffet. Also from Makati. So lahat pala sila from Makati. Okay, and then we have Joey B. Okay, also from Makati. Okay, so yeah, we're going to create them. So now, we already have our 4 employees on our database. Let's go back to the presentation so that we can see ano magagawin natin dyan sa employees na yan. So, ano yung function? So, let me share ulit. Now, we're going to create a payslip. Yan. So, take a look at this illustration. So, pasensya na kung medyo overwhelming. But basically, meron tayong name ng employee, yung rate nila per hour. Each of them worked for 160 hours for this payroll period. Ha? So, kaya yan. Ito times 160. Yan yung makikita natin. And then we have the following deductions, di ba? Kung familiar kayo sa mga SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, di ba? Yan, yung withholding taxes, yan. Yan yung dinededuct. And then the contributions naman, ito yung employer's share. Di ba? This is also paid to the government agencies, pero hindi siya binabawas dun sa salary or basic pay ng employee. Okay, so let's try to create those in our system. So going back. Yan. Before we create our payslip, dapat meron muna tayong payslip items. So dapat na-set up na natin siya. So ang pinaka basic nating payslip item would be yung salaries. Okay. So hindi ko pala nalagay yung salaries na account. So dapat kasi demo lang kasi 'to kaya hindi ko nalagyan. Dapat gawa tayo ng account which is an expense. Ayan. So salaries expense. Lagay lang natin. Okay, and then dito sa dito sa liabilities, gawa tayo dito ng payroll liabilities. Okay, so ayan. And then gawa pala tayo dito ng payroll contributions account. So ito kasi yung mga account na dapat naka-set up na payroll contributions. Okay, now, ayan, we can already create the payslip. Okay? So, yan. We create a new payslip. So, wala nakalagay na date, no? So, pwede na natin gamitin yung date to date. So, description, di na natin ilalagay. So, employee. So, yung first ay si Rachel Geller, di ba? Yan. So, ang earnings niya, yata nagawa. Hindi ko pa pala nagawa yung payslip item, sorry. Yan, kasi wala pa tayo dito. So, dito lagay lang natin yung basic pay. sa salaries expense. Okay, and then yung deductions, isama-sama na lang natin ha, hindi na natin iwalay yung mga SSS, PhilHealth, and then yung mga pag-ibig, no? So ilagay lang natin sa payroll liabilities. Okay, so ito yung mga babawasin dun sa salary ng employee. Payslip contributions naman, ito yung on the part of the employer. So lagay natin dito contributions. So the account payroll contributions and the liability account ay payroll liabilities. So sinet up ko lang siya. So now let's create the payslip. Yan. So okay. So the employee, lagay natin si Rachel Geller. Earnings niya, basic pay. 'Di ba ang ano daw niya, ang number of hours work ay 160. Zoom out ang konti. Konti lang. Teka lang yan. And 'di ba yung kanyang rate ay 187.5. So 30,000 yung basic pay. The deductions, so sama-sama na sa deductions amounting to 500. Tapos yung contributions, so sama-sama na rin sa contributions amounting to 260. Okay? When you click create, ayan. So na-create na yung payslip. Pwede mo na 'tong ibigay kay Rachel Geller. 'Di ba? Rachel Geller, ito yung basic pay mo, yung gross pay mo, and then your deductions. Okay? So this would be your net pay. And this would be your contributions. And then ano yung effect niya? 'Di ba? Ang effect niya, okay, magkakaroon ka ngayon ng employee clearing account. So meaning si Rachel Geller is still to be paid. Babayaran pa. Okay? And then kailangan mo mag-remit ng 760 pesos, 'di ba? Kasi yan yung government contributions niya. Okay? And then yon, ire-record na rin niya yung salaries expense, 'di ba? Ire-record na rin niya yung payroll contributions expense. So everything would be automated. Okay? So let's create the other payslip as well. So let's create the payslip for Monica Green. So kay Monica Green, sorry, medyo bilisan ko na lang 'to, no. So 160 for a price of 125 per hour. Tama ba? So deductions, that's 500 also. And the contributions niya ay also 260. Okay. Yan. So, yan. Kung babayaran mo na rin siya, pwede ka na rin mag-create ng new payment dito, di ba? So, let's create the other two payslips. Si Chandler Buffet. Ay, alam niyo ba kung anong ginagawa ko dito normally? Ginagawa ko, kino-clone ko siya. So, you create a copy, di ba? Papalitan ko lang yung employee para mas mabilis. Ayan. Tapos, papalitan ko na din tong rate. Kasi pare-parehas yata sila ng deductions. Okay? So, this would be 300. Okay? So, 18, 300, and 260. So, create. Diba? Tingnan nga natin. Ayan. Then, we create the last one. So last one natin si Joey. Si Joey B. Ayan. Ang rate niya ay 93.75. Okay. And then 195 and 260. Okay. And then you create such payslips. Okay. So, yan. So, kapag ka, no, nagawa na natin, so everything would already be recorded, no? So, actually, kung mapapansin nyo, yan, sa presentation ko, it ends the demo already. Pero may hindi tayo nagpakita dyan. Sir, bakit? Ano namang use nung system? Para saan ba talaga yan? You can actually create your reports. Ayan, ito yung pinaka-important part lagi ng mga system. So, kunyari, sir, I want to see all the transactions with a certain customer. So, let's say ito, si Kobe Company, kasi isa lang yung customer natin eh. So, you set the period and then when you click this view, yan, makikita mo lahat ng transactions sa kanya. Amazing, no? So, makikita mo kung kailan ka nag-issue ng invoice, kung kailan kami na-receive na payment from that customer. Diba? Kung meron tayong mga unpaid invoices, okay, makikita mo rin dito. Okay? Kaso, wala kasing unpaid invoices eh. Baka kasi lahat paid na. Okay, so sige, dito tayo sa employee summary. We want to generate a payslip summary. Tingnan nyo to class ha. Sa actual work, ito, gagawin mo manually. Pero look at this, oh. dito, na-create mo na yung payslip totals per employee, yung deductions nila, and yung contributions nila. All with the click of a button. Okay? Kasi lahat yan, naiintindihan siya ng system. What you're trying to do. Okay? So, yan, ipoprovide mo na lang tong report na to, di ba? Ipi-print mo na lang siya. So, the only challenge that you would need here would be yung paglalagay na lang ng transactions. Kasi yung reporting, siya na yung gumagawa. Look at this. You can also create a report. Pag kinlik mo tong profit and loss statement, di ba? Bibigyan ka na niya ng profit and loss statement. Hindi ka na magagawa. Yan, oh. Nakalagay na yung sales, 'di ba? Nakalagay na yung mga purchases mo, 'di ba? Lahat ng transactions mo, i-generate na lang niya yung report. O gusto mo makita yung yung balance sheet, you click this report and then you click balance sheet. So balance sheet as of today kunyari. Okay, yan, makikita mo na lahat ng balances with a click of a button, 'di ba? Hindi mo na kailangan mag-journal, ledger, trial balance, etc., etc. Okay? So that's how we are using an accounting information system. Okay, so by the way, for those who have seen the demo, this is actually a proprietary software, no? This is offered to my actual clients. Meron talaga akong clients na ginagamit namin to for accounting and tax reporting purposes. But if you want to register for a demo, kasi sa clients nagpo-provide ako ng 1 month na free demo for this eh. Bibigyan ko din kayo na if you want. So lahat ng participants bibigyan ko din ng link to my Google form registration sa free trial. Okay? So I think that's all for my presentation. So may Q&As tayo, right?
Yes, sir. Meron po, sir.
Okay, great.
Ayan. So, thank you po sa ating discussion, sir. Napakagrabe. Information overload. Ganon. So, ayan, sir. And I hope sa ating mga audiences and mga participants na marami kayong natutunan. Kasi ako personally, na-amaze ako sa discussion ni sir na mga binagit niya na process like that. Kasi hindi naman po ako from accounting, pero na-amaze pa rin ako. Siyempre, ang daming process, ganyan. And napagtanto ko rin na ang accounting pala is hindi lang siya about numbers. Tumutukoy rin siya sa process, ganyan. And napakahalaga na tinake note natin yung mga sinabi ni Sir kanina sa process kasi ang halaga niya for our transactions. Ayan. So how about you, Ma'am Myrtle? Baka mapaship na tayo nito sa accounting.
Yes, ang alam ko lang talaga kay median mo. Pero I am so amazed, sir, and thank you for your time po na binigay sa amin and for your informative talk. Hindi talaga ako fan ng numbers personally, pero kapag nagasalita ka, sir, bakit wala ka interesting? So, ayun, these are my key takeaways. In conclusion, here are the key takeaways to remember about accounting information system. First, businesses utilize AI as accounting information system to optimize efficiency and ensure workers can collaborate to complete essential tasks. It also helps to ensure information is accurate, reliable, and up-to-date. Next is that there are 6 components of accounting systems that work together to ensure the network is functional. And lastly, the internal controls that encompass all the security measures to protect the information. So, sir, we have your questions po from our viewers, Sir JD.
Ayan, sir. Yung first question po natin, sir, is accounting information system more of accounting or information technology?
That's a good question, no? Kumbaga, when we are interacting with an accounting information system, so in which side are we most exposed, more exposed, no? Doon ba tayo sa accounting side or doon ba tayo more on the information system or IT side? So actually, I think it's more on the accounting side, okay? Kasi when we are talking about the IT side, it relates more on the creation of the program. Diba? It relates more on how the system is created, how the system is designed para magawa niya yung objectives na gusto natin. And now, the system is already prepared, right? We're just going to use it. And in order to use it, at least dapat meron tayong konting knowledge sa accounting. 'Di ba? Doon sa mga transactions na ilalagay natin dyan. So I think it's more of an accounting matter rather than an IT matter.
Ayan, we'll take note of that, sir. Ma'am Myrtle, ano po yung next question?
Sana nakikinig talaga itong mga viewers natin. Sayang naman kung hindi. So for the second question, sir, can you give us more examples po or one example on how you applied AIS in your chosen field as a CPA po?
Yan, good. As a certified public accountant, no, most of our job, no, would be we are handling multiple clients at the same time, and most of the engagements that we are doing is tax compliance. 'Di ba? Tax compliance meaning our clients are businesses and they want to ensure that they are complying with the requirements of the BIR, na tama yung tax na binabayaran nila. Okay? And ngayon, one of that example of taxes would be income tax. Okay? So that's tax paid based on your income earned. Okay? So magkano yung income earned mo? Buti na lang may system, 'di ba? Because the system would provide you magkano yung sales natin, magkano yung expenses natin. This is our profit for the first quarter kasi quarterly siya yung ITR. So from January to March, ito yung sales natin, ito yung expenses natin, ito yung profit. Yung profit na yun yung inilalagay namin sa income tax return, and that would be the basis sa tax paid. O 'di ba? Very much useful siya. Imagine if walang system. 'Di ba? Meaning manually magke-create ako ng income statement para mailagay ko sa ITR. But this time, I would just click the reports, generate profit or loss from January 1 to March 31, tapos yun na yung nilalagay ko sa ITR. 'Di ba? Amazing. Yan. So that's I think one of the most important things that I'm using, yung tax compliance side ng accounting information system. Yes.
Ayan. So, I hope, Ma'am Myrtle, nasagot niya yung question ng ating viewer. Thank you for that, sir. So, eto pa, sir. Next question po. So, what are your tips for those students or accounting students natin who are studying accounting information system? Ano po yung tips?
So for those who are studying accounting information systems, I hope that you don't get overwhelmed. Sometimes when you are facing the accounting system, it looks like a big pile of technicalities na you need to understand. Pero hindi ganoon eh. You just need to think of it as a business, 'di ba? May business tayo, and there are certain events, a business. Okay? Those events would be recorded in the system. Kasi yung system would provide us with useful information. So just always think of it as that. Right? Kasi sometimes kapag kunyari may training ng system. For example sa mga mag-work na dito. Ang training ng system 12 hours sa isang araw. Diba parang nakatulog na ako sa training. But you just need to imagine to think of its importance. 'Di ba? So yung importance niya in decision making, 'di ba? Yung importance niya in generating useful information and reports. So always think of that when you are learning AIS. Okay?
Ayan.
Thank you so
So,
much for that
yes,
answer, sir.
Yes.
Sa mga AIS aspirants dyan, hear it from sir. So we have here our next question po. What are the differences between accounting information system with other accounting courses like managerial accounting daw po?
Okay. So, yan, yung mga accounting related courses. So, ako kasi personally, I'm ES accountancy graduate. But ako kasi na-expose ako sa AIS not because course ko siya. Na-expose ako sa AIS because I think it's the future eh. Sabi ko, teka, yung AIS technology to eh. So, I think ito yung gusto kong puntahan talaga, yung about accounting information systems. Now for the other courses, very very important din yung other accounting courses such as, let's say for example, managerial accounting, no? So alam niyo ba yung managerial accounting, it's my favorite subject nung nasa undergrad pa lang ako. Kasi sa managerial accounting, It's not about recording transactions eh. Sa managerial accounting, ang objective natin, how can we use the information to maximize profit? 'Di ba? Kaya